Hello, everybody. Welcome back. So, hey, I was planning on continuing this series as step by step as I was working on things. But I started getting into. I needed to learn all the key bindings. How to switch between monitors, what all the shortcuts were, and everything. And started cleaning a few things up, and decided to tackle Conky on the Wibox. And that took a whole lot of looking up and trial and error. But I actually seem to have made it work. So if you see here on the left-hand side, I apologize, it's really small. This is a 2560 monitor. And even on this, it's pretty small. So, but there's not a whole lot of room. I had to make it so that it actually contains stuff. And some of these graphs are really tiny. But hey, for me, I can see them. But I apologize if you guys can't see this very well, and I don't have a zoom function on the awesome desktop during recording. It'd be kind of cool if I did, but I don't. So, anyways, all of this is up to date. Actually, I got one thing in here. Get rm cached issue. I don't even know where that issue template came from. Get status. Oh, you know what I need to do? Apologize. I started working on things and changed all my fonts back. So let's do this. There we go. So yeah, again, I apologize. This is so small, but I only wanted it about 70. How much? Let's take a look at that. Let's go to our themes, where our Wibox, capital G, go all the way to the bottom. So I did create a vertical Wibox right here. Very simple. It's basically empty. So if you look right here down at the bottom, you see, pull it up like this. Just created a vertical Wibox, put it on the left-hand side. It's 75 units wide. So yeah, anyways, give it a little bit more room. So I had to remember or learn all those little keyboard shortcuts because the guy changed them from the default. Again, if you do the mod J, it doesn't work, so you have to go mod H to get to the left-hand side. So anyways, I really like it now that I'm used to it. But I just made basically a empty vertical Wibox and can hide it with Alt V, and the Conky's still there. I'm debating whether I wanted to kill the Conky when I do that and then bring it back up when I hit Alt V. But it seems to work. Alt V. I mean, it's basically disappears behind the window. I think that's good enough. I'd hate to keep. Anyways, if you look at, if we do this again, go to the middle-ish, and we do an EA. And we do hide. Actually, I just do it this way. V, yeah. So basically, we would have to have some kind of call OS to kill Conky if it's if it's not visible, or if it's visible going not visible, and do the OS to start it up again. And it would have to call the auto start function basically. So let me go over that. So if you look at CDA, I've added an auto start and a Conky. So if we go Vim the auto start. So originally I had something like, let me go back over here. I'm jumping around a little bit, but it's been busy. So I had auto start applications. Basically, it would, I had like Compton and all that stuff like that. And it would just keep running it over and over, and it would stack up on itself, and I'd have all kinds of memory faults. Or memory leaks, and so I decided to do a bash script instead. So if we do Vim auto start, it's pretty simple. It just basically looked up a bash script for only starting one time through. For Conky, because I want to just reload to make any changes, I have it kill it and then wait 3 seconds and run it. So one of the notes that I want to make is I could not make this work with a tilde. I could not make this work. that does not work. It does not run the script. So I apologize for that. That is one thing you will have to change. You'll have to change it to your username in here in auto start. So please note that if you're going to be cloning this config. Let's see. That's pretty much it. I mean, I didn't do a whole lot other than that, but that was the big. It's pretty much usable now, but that was the big ask. It's basically what this is a Wii box that's 75 units wide, and this is a Conky on top of it, basically laying on top of it. If you look really closely, you can see like edges and stuff like that. But yeah, that's basically what it is. It's Conky sitting on top of an empty Wii box, and when you hide it, all you have left is the Wii box. There is the Conky. So, anyways, I thought that was pretty cool. Let me know if there's anything else you want to see. I'm pretty happy with the way it's set up right now. I may do something with piano bar, but that seemed to cause everybody a lot of trouble when they try to clone it, because they have to make sure that the piano bar stuff is in the folder so it won't give them an error. But anyways, overall, I think it's mostly done. It's pretty usable now. One issue I did have is let's actually go over here in the theme. Let's do a search for layout. I really wanted to this theme in Lane has a really cool layout. So you got the tile right, tile left, tile bottom, tile top. I don't know what they call this, but justify or something like that. You got these kind of typical spiral config, spiral opposite corner. You got the magnify, the full screen, and then you got some of these kind of interesting. So if you go back here and you look here, you have these corners southeast. These are all new to Awesome 4, but then Luke that did Copycat Killer, the Lane has this thing called center work. And so this is new, where you have the cascade in the basically in this corner. Just keeps piling them in. Kind of one here, then one here. So it always leaves one up in here. So that could be useful, possibly. But then you start getting into, and that just changes which corner it goes to. Keep going. Change it to the top. It goes to corners, basically southeast, all that. It goes to northeast. You'd probably call that northeast. But this is the one I really like. It's called what do you call it? Center work. So you could have something in here. Actually, so there's the Conky config, and you could have. And there's too many of them here, but you could have something like this over here, and here is a NBW or whatever. So you can have a whole bunch of stuff up. You can have your music player here, and you could be working on your thing. I think this is great. Here's your problem. It took me a long time, and you can see all the trials and errors I had to, I don't even know where I did it. This is RC. Okay, yeah, so it's in here. So it took me a long time to figure out that you cannot call the lane. I tried to, so basically what this is doing is it's calling alpha layout suite. That's using a variable L, so alpha layout suite max dot tile, so it's calling this, it's calling this. So I tried to call the lane layout center work, and it kept giving me errors. So lane doesn't seem to want to play with. So what this does basically is it gives you, your web page you want to have full, and you want this one to be tiled, and you want your game to be floating or whatever. So you'd have custom layouts per tab. I really wanted to use center work, but I could not make it work. So yeah, you can see down here where I tried to do lane layout, and I tried to do like basically, you know, if I wanted what, I don't know, pack. So I wanted the second one to be, it would have been S dot center work, and that would not work. It would give you an error saying it can't connect to a monitor. So I wish I could set these up as defaults. So what I did basically is I set it up to the one right before it. So, you know, if I go to 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. If I go to IRC, so if I go to 4, and I pull up a bunch of these, I just hit mod space one time, and I'm in this cool one. So anyways, that's kind of the way I got around it, is just get close to it and hit it one time, as opposed to having to go through 15 times or 16 times. It would take forever, or to go backwards. Let's see, what else did I do? Not a whole lot. I think that's pretty much it. But it's all current on GitHub. I did add the show and hide. Let's actually add that now. Show hide. Horizontal WeBox and vertical WeBox. There. So that's updated. You know, learning how to, you know, what key binding to go to the next monitor and back is great. So where, like on, just for an example why this works so great for two monitors is, like if you're on KDE and you swipe to one desktop to the right, the other monitor goes too. There's probably a setting to undo that, but I just kind of got used to the fact that if I change this screen, my other screen over here would change with it. Kind of a pain. I'd like to just leave the one thing on this side and be able to do whatever I want here, basically, you know, and not have to worry about it. And I think it's great. And I don't have to even move my mouse over there. I don't have to actually mouse over to the right. I can just hit Mod Control K and I'm over there in the middle of the screen. It's great. Works really well. So it took me a while to figure that out, but once you figure it out, it's very nice. I changed the audio mixer's step. I should have. Thought I did. Yeah, I think that's fine. Let's see, anything else in PD? Yeah, I think that's pretty much all I did. I'm gonna get rid of this extra space, trying to clean this up as much as I can. Like everything neat. Oops. Yeah, I think that's about it. But anyways, yeah, I hope you guys like it. It shouldn't be any trouble. One thing I should note is you do need to install Conky, obviously, for this left bar to work. And just spend some time in here with NRC on the key bindings. It takes a while to figure it out. You know, how do you move windows to different dust tags? But anyways, I think it's great. And let me know what you think. Talk to you next time.